On the table today at Squirrel Stampede, have you seen how enormous the new Red Death is from How to Train Your Dragon live action movie? It's smashing the table, it is that big. We have the all-new exclusive Red Death Titan from Target, along with our older school Red Death, who's looking a little small now comparing the two together, along with a few other dragon surprises from the new movie. Also today, Glitch Squirrel has new fan mail. Continue to follow on in with the Squirrel Stampede as we go through as many dragons as we possibly can.
Squirrel Stampede.
Please like,
Share.
and Squirrel Live.
This is my original 2010 How to Train Your Dragon Titan Red Death, and this is your new live action How to Train Your Dragon Target exclusive Titan Red Death. Anyone else noticing that slight scale change? This could easily be the largest Spin Master Toys How to Train Your Dragon ever. We'll have to get out the old Bewilder Beasts in a second here to check to see, but I do not believe I have anything larger in the dragon collection, albeit maybe a giant-sized Toothless. But this feels different. This feels just enormous, like Jurassic Park scale of a large-scale dinosaur type of thing. They went all out. Surprises me this is a Target-only exclusive. Why are they limiting it just to one store? Weird. Perhaps there's other variants eventually. The package design is none other than awesome, as you've got the head of the Red Death poking out and then an illustrated version of its body throughout the rest of its box. It matches up really nicely, and it's almost something you don't want to remove from package. It's in its home. It's happily residing inside its home. But of course you still get to play around with its sound effects by pulling on its Triceratops-like frills around its back of head. Yeah, the live-action movie art they've placed on these packaging, this like Viking-style wooden ship thing with ocean spray, is really just taken off on a really nice look. Over on the back of the box, there's our Red Death, and just some of the figures separately, which we have checked out. If you'd like to check out our first review on these, go for it. They are pretty interesting, although it's been mixed feelings on the Real Feel Dragon Wings. I kind of liked them, but several comments have kind of mentioned they're a little droopy and hard to work with. I think the Red Death's wings are going to be solid plastic though. As if those were real feel wings inside there, I think it would probably crack the table with weight. By the way, I was intending to review the Dragon Volcano Island Final Battle Pack along with the Red Death, but I changed my mind feeling like each pack really needs its own showing. And look at here, I did not notice last time. All the wings in the Final Dragon Pack are your plastic shell wings. So if you're not into real feel, you'll want to check out that video too. But yeah, it seemed so much more important just to showcase the Red Death in its own show. And then maybe the next time, Skaldrin can get its own talk show.
Next up, dragons who don't wear pants and spill hot tea all over their legs. What happens? Find out.
I don't know, an all Skaldrin talk show. What do you think about that? Well, now, Tiny Red Death, are you ready for Big Red Death to get out of package? I sure am. Again, though, the packaging, I just want to stress how beautiful it is. The illustration, so beautiful. Okay, partially out of box, she's scaled it down just a little bit. Maybe she's still in line with the Bewilder Beast scale, but still pretty bulky. We'll see, we'll see. And so what do we have to build here? This will probably increase her scale, some wingspan. Whoa, that's a giant wing. Certainly, this will increase some scale. And of course, a tail. This feels so Jurassic Park-like in installation. It must have borrowed a few Mattel employees. Look at this wing again. It is enormous. Wow. I hope they peg in strong. She seems happy about it. Did I get that one? And there we have her, somewhat backed up on a little bit of table space. She is filling the screen mightily. That is one supersized Red Death figure. Yeah, she scaled herself back up with those wings and tail. Enormous. Mostly a charcoal black with her, or a very dark gray with then highlights of red. A red orange especially up on her head. A little bit of lava coloring there on her back and wings. And a little more gray on that underbelly there. You can see her legs are moving, back hips rotating aplenty. Pretty far back actually for these legs, and front legs. They'll give you about almost 180 in positioning power. Oh, let's get her switched on. Currently she's in try me mode, so we may get some more sound action. Going up to full on. And of course, pretty hefty heavy too. She kind of have to be hefty heavy with her scale. What do we have all over the place? Up to her head, so about 8 inches up to the frill of her head. But if her wings are up, she's going way off screen up to about 15 inches in height. And body length will be impressive too. Let's go from head to tail attachment. That's 14 inches, and then you add the tail in. I'm getting almost 2 feet in length. That's huge! And as for wingspan, flingspan, we've got another 24, 2 feet of reach, and her body scale is about 5 inches in width. So a fantastic, enormously scaled sized Red Death Titan. Other high detailed features, lots of barbs going down her back, raised up little spiny barbs that are pretty much in detailed clusters going from top shoulders all the way down back tail spine. Good bumpy body texture. They've added a little bit of marbleized detailing here and there, which kind of comes off a little funky, but overall okay. And a rock solid back tail whacker back there. So huge and enormous, just like you would want her to be. She's gonna cause the dragon some trouble. As for action feature and box, we are playing around by just pulling back the frill of her head. Which then activates the lower jaw to open and close. You can see a little bit of teeth detail in there. I think she could swallow a few dragons whole pretty easily. And of course, she's got those signature multi-eyes there, about 3 on each side. The official way to activate that action feature, though, is on her back right here in the tail spines, in between this barb cluster and this one right here. I'm getting what? Maybe 3 to 5 sounds? It's kind of hard to differentiate between them. All sounds, no lights. I almost thought there were some slits under her neck for lights, which would have been interesting, but I think I could go with just sounds. They're almost toilet flushing like. They've got a little bit of a backdoor roar to them. All in all, fantastic, huge with her. I have a little bit of paint effect here and there. Some red paint is chipping up by her nose, and there's been some white spots again through some of the marbleization techniques they've used on giving her some good looks. Not really a big deal, but you may kind of want to be gentle with her not to get her scuffed up. As the bigger they are, typically the harder they fall. And a quick scale side by side of Hiccup and Toothless next to Red Death. Obviously still a little bit over on the oversized side for the matchup here, but certainly much better than this older undersized scale matchup. I think these two together are going to look really good in action positions. Oh, whoops. Oh no. And check this out, Red Death. Glitch got some new fan mail. We have a nice letter from Sean in red, Red Titan. Dear Dan and Glitch, my name is Sean and I am 4 years old. I just love your videos. I want to make my own, but I call them Skunk Stampede. I really love skunks, but squirrels are good too, of course. Please keep making fun videos. I hope you have more satisfying zip pulls. From your friend Sean, and hope Glitch likes the skunk bat squirrel. This is perfect, Red Death. It's huge. Like you, look at the skunk bat squirrel setup, wings on a tube. Perfect for Glitch to crawl through, and a squirrel tail on this side looking good. Oh, let's test it out. The big question, is it going to fit on with inside? It is, oh my. Glitch, you got a new home. As she loves her paper tube homes. Can she go inside? Can she go inside? That is the question. I think she's using it for escape. Right there, right in the middle, Glitch, right in the middle, you'll find the entrance to the bat squirrel. Or underneath the bat squirrel. What are you doing, Glitch? What are you doing? Find the tunnel, you can do it, you can do it. Oh, she goes back towards the wings. Into the tube, I know you're gonna love it. I know you're gonna love it. Okay, here we go, in. There we go, she's got inside, she's inside. She's realized, wow, that's a good spot. That is a good spot. What an awesome setup for Red Titan Day. The giant bat squirrel tube. If you want to send Glitch some fan mail, check out the description below. Now let's go take a nap, it's daytime. And so for some fun, let's stomp in some nostalgia with the white bewilderbeast. And the gray bewilderbeast.
Pardon me.
So these certainly are a little bit smaller than I remember now, standing up against the Mega Titan Red Death. One by themselves feels a little bit small, but teaming up now, you know, together, they kind of put on a good scale show against the one.
And we heard this big bang. We said, oh no, another car accident. And he went up there and he was coming back down towards us and he goes, run, he's got a gun.
So except for maybe a novelty-sized, oversized Toothless, these guys are your biggest titans we've seen from Spin Master over the years. It's really cool they went large scale with this one, larger sized, little bit of Jurassic Park World competition from Spin Master Dragons. It's always fun to have something large in your dragon dinosaur collection, and the new Red Death will fill that in. Maybe when the D-Rex hits in a few more weeks, we can do like a versus thing between the two. Wow, these guys are looking so dusty. Do they still even function? No, they need some battery help. How do we get on these to do a quick repair? I think it's the bottom. Yeah, okay, let's work on this tail. A few years on shelf will really wear down the electronics. Now, how did we get to Red Death to bewilder-based battery replacement? The things that happen sideways at Squirrel Stampede. Oh, look at there. I did not expect this. Hexbug batteries. Or is it Hex Bots now? We've got a Hex Bots thing coming on up, so I've got some batteries. Hey, this is also Spin Master now. Spin Master has the Hexbug license. We'll be getting into this one in a little bit, so stay tuned also for that. I do have some rebads. What are rebads? Rebatteries. I think this is the same scale. Again, how did we segue to this? I can't remember. This will be the tricky part, getting these to knock out. Uh-oh. She's kind of malfunctioning. Oh no. Okay. Wow. Some serious malfunction here getting her back up to power, or him. My How to Train Your Dragon 2 lore is a little bit off. So I've replaced the batteries. There's a lever on top to move the head back, right? And then also activation with the tail. Let's try this, see what happens again. So, a little glitchy back there. I'm gonna have to work on him. There we go, though. A Titan of Bewilderbeast. Retroly back on the table.
But what you really want to see is my next show, where we discuss the boiling point of pots and pans using various types of Viking cooking oils. That's Wednesday at 5 on the All Scaldrin Cooking Channel show.
I don't think I'll wait before I load up the white Bewilderbeast batteries. One more look again at the two. Our new Red Death and our original 2010 Red Death. What a tiny dragon now. Actually, she was always pretty small, but very, very, very exciting to see. That first 2010 release of dragons were so animated and well done. As they got into Riders of Berk in the second and third movies, they kind of went to a different style. There was a more of an animated, cartoony look with that first series, which was a lot of fun. And if you recall, this one actually could swallow a dragon whole. She could open up that mouth wide, and I think she's gonna spit out a Gronkle. Yeah, the Gronkle clan got a lot of family eaten on up from the Red Death there. I think there's even a couple more in there. Oh, and I lost a wing. Oh, she's so fragile. That's a stuck Gronkle there. So she had about 3 Gronkles, one more Gronkle in there. That would have been kind of nice to have had that preserved with this one, all the kind of like super colossal Tyrannosaurus Rex of Jurassic World. There would have been plenty of room to open her on up and give her some stomach space. Probably would have took out the sound effect though, so you kind of have to have either one or the other. Can she gobble up dragon dinosaurs, or can she make some cool sound effects? I guess I'm cool with the sound effects. They're really quite wild. Interesting how movie horn is so much larger, whereas this one, it's almost like defected. Mine has a slight, just kind of like plastic scar defect, but it was so hard to get. Nonetheless, these were very rare, the Red Death of that time, so very rare, one of the rarest dragons we have here at Squirrel Stampede, along with her fireworm friend. It's also kind of interesting how this one has like an underwater coral, lava coral feel. Like it's spent a long time resting in lava underwater. You got all this cracked scalage and a nautical branching out around the crest there and the spines. Whereas New Red Death just kind of appears to have maybe sat inside a lava volcano a little bit longer, a little more burned and crusted. Not as much oceanic in there. Just some odd noticings. So big dragon's wing thumbs up for this Red Death. I would have never expected Spin Master to pull off a giant scale dinosaur dragon like this. I just expected a bunch of regular scale dragons for the Movieverse line, and seeing this is just such a special surprise, large scale. Kick on over for the Target exclusive Red Death Titan. She's impressive. And so next up, it is the Dragon Volcano Island Final Battle Pack Target exclusive. And these guys have the wings that are more traditional plastic chips, potato chip wings versus the real feel. So you may really be interested in this one. Check it out. That's up next. If you like today's video, please give us a squike, a squirrel eye, a squammet, your favorite dragon. Thank you so much for watching. That's what I have to say about that.
And don't forget upcoming, the Scaldrin reviews what sunscreen to place on to make you smell extra yummy in that boiling sun.
And don't forget to send Glitch Squirrel fan mail.